This morning, I want to share to us something that is something that we experience actually in our lives. Na alam ko ang bawat isa sa atin, na one way or the other, we have experienced it and we are experiencing it. Probably some of us are experiencing it right now. And what I'm talking about ay tinatawag na fears. Or yung tinatawag na takot. All of us have fears in life, right? And lahat tayo ay mayroong kanya-kanyang fears, kanya-kanyang takot. Okay? Mayroong tinatawag na mga typical na mga fears. Okay? Yung iba sa atin dito takot sa insekto. And yung iba takot sa ipis, yung iba takot sa daga, yung iba takot sa higad, and yung iba naman ay takot sa kahit langgam, and kinakatakutan. Kasi meron yata kapag nakagat ng, merong mga tao na kapag nakagat ng langgam, nagkakaroon sila ng allergic reaction, parang gano'n. Yeah, so that's why they are afraid. Merong ilan sa atin dito na takot sa mga masisikip na places. For example, pag ikaw ay nasa elevator, ay talagang binamadali mo yung elevator na umakyat kasi talagang kinakabahan ka na, tapos minsan nasusuffocate ka, okay, dahil because of that fear, okay, yung tinatawag na claustrophobia. Okay? Fear sa mga confined na mga places. Meron din naman na fear sa mga crowded na lugar. Right? Okay, so pag maraming tao, ano, may artista, tapos biglang nagbubukan, tapos tawag doon, napagitnaan ka, tapos hindi ka makalabas, and then nagsisimula ka na magkaroon ng panic attack. Okay? And then you have that, because you have that fear. Okay? Meron sa atin dito siguro, probably ay hydrophobic. Alam niyo yung hydrophobic? Ayan, takot sa tubig. Ayan. So, I believe naman, lahat naman tayo siguro bago pumasok dito sa church ay naligo naman. Ano? Ayan. So, wala naman ditong takot sa tubig. Ayan. Pati maghilamos, ayan, takot kaya puro alcohol na lang. Pag na-experience niyo na walang tubig ng isang linggo, ayan, talagang mapapaligo kayo ng alcohol. So we have those typical fears, okay? But at the same time, meron din namang tinatawag na mga deep-seated na mga fears. Yes, typical yan. Takot ka sa insekto, takot ka sa hayop, takot ka sa aso, takot ka sa iba pang mga bagay-bagay. That's typical. Pero merong tinatawag na mga deep-seated fears na meron tayo. For example, ang ilan sa atin dito ay merong fear towards the future. Some of us here, merong goals, merong plans, merong dreams sa kanya at sa kanyang family. Pero pag tinitignan niya yung sitwasyon ngayon ng kanyang sarili at ng kanyang pamilya, yung financial situation ng kanyang parents, parang andoon yung fear. Na parang baka hindi ko ma-achieve yung goal ko na yon. Baka hindi ko ma-reach yung dream ko na yon. We have that kind of fear. Ang ilan sa atin dito marahil ay merong takot when it comes to their health. Kapag ikaw ay you know that you have an illness, tapos every time na magpapa-laboratory test ka, talagang grabe yung anxiety, grabe yung fear. Okay? Because you don't know kung normal pa ba or tataas ba yung mga hindi dapat na tumaas. So we have that kind of fear. We have this fear for our health. We have this fear for our families. Sa mga kabataan, marahil andoon yung fear nila towards their parents growing old and dying someday. Yung mga nanay, mga tatay natin, tatawa-tawa lang sila, pero little did we know na habang araw-araw nadadagdagan yung kanilang wrinkles, at araw-araw din naman nadadagdagan yung kanilang uban. Kasi tinatago nila yun kapag alam niyo yun, yung nagpapakulay na lang sila ng buhok. Kaya magtataka tayo, uy, bakit? Wala man lang kauban-uban. But yun pala, talagang nagpapakulay ng hair. And we are afraid of that. Because we know, someday, soon, hindi na natin sila makakasama. So we have that kind of fear. Andoon din yung tinatawag na fear over death. Tinanong ko yung students ko one time, anong kinakatakutan ninyo? So pinasulat ko sa kanila, at most of them, ang sagot nila is, I'm afraid to die. Tapos minsan, hindi sila makatulog ng gabi kasi ang lagi nilang iniisip, hindi naman lagi iniisip, pumapasok minsan sa kanilang isipan that they are going to die someday. So it keeps them awake at night. Probably some of us here have this kind of fear. So meron tayong mga tinatawag na deep-seated fears in our lives. Fear for our future, fear for our health, fear for our families, and fear over death, and other kinds of fear. Pero alam ba ninyo mga kapatid, fear is a positive thing. You know why? Because fear is our survival instinct. Without fear, wala kang sense ng danger at wala kang sense ng threat. And anytime, pwede kang mamatay because wala kang sense of danger, wala kang sense ng threat. For example, kapag hindi ka takot mahulog, malaglag, mamatay, then kapag maglalakad ka sa may cliff, okay, or sa may bangin, then maglalakad ka carelessly. Right? Siguro tatalon-talon ka pa, siguro gugulong-gulong ka pa. It's because wala kang fear. Pero dahil meron kang fear, cautiously ka na naglalakad. Cautiously ka na umaakyat because you have fear and that keeps you alive. So fear keeps us alive. Kung hindi ka takot na matutukan ng baril at matutukan ng kutsilyo, kapag mayroong masamang loob na tumutok sa tumutok sa iyo ng baril at ng kutsilyo, baka tatawa-tawa ka pa, may baril sa ulo mo. It's because you have no fear. So fear is a positive thing because fear is our survival instinct. It gives us a sense of threat. It gives us a sense of danger. So kung walang fear, probably extinct na ngayon ang mga humans or other living creatures as well. Okay? So fear is a positive thing. But on the other hand, fear is a negative thing. When a person is being overwhelmed by fear, if a person is being overcome by fear, it becomes a negative thing to him or to her. Merong isang breed ng goat na pag itong goat na to natakot, typically ang mga animals kapag sila ay natakot, meron silang dalawang responses. The first one is either they fight or either they run away. So fight or flight mentality every time na mayroong danger. Pero itong goat na to is very kakaiba yung kanyang response sa fear. Instead of fighting and instead of running away, bigla na lang maninigas yung kanyang katawan at bigla na lang siya matutumba. And then sasabihin ng predator, kung wolf man yan o bear man yan, sabihin niya, uy, free food. Walang kahirap-hirap, di man lang ako tumakbo. It's because, okay, the goat was overwhelmed by fear. So yung buong katawan niya, bigla na lang natutumba and then effortlessly, kakainin na siya ng mga predators. Sometimes, in our lives, yun din ang ginagawa ng fear. Yes, fear is a positive thing, but once a person is overwhelmed by fear, fear paralyzes him or her. Instead na nakapag-move forward tayo in life or may courage tayo na harapin yung mga problems natin sa buhay, fear prevents us from doing such things. Because of fear, we end up staying in our comfort zones. Dapat sana mas deeper na yung faith na mayroon tayo. Dapat sana mas riskier na tayo when it comes to serving the Lord. But then because of fear, we end up staying in our comfort zones. And when we are overcome by fear, we forget to trust God and dwell in His promises. And that's the very problem of fear. When we are struck with fear and we are overwhelmed by fear, we forget to trust God and dwell on His promises. So yun lang po yung message ko. Thank you. Let us read our Bibles to Luke chapter 8 verses 22 to 25. Luke chapter 8 verses 22 up to verse 25. And I'll be reading from the ESV. Luke chapter 8 verses 22 to 25. And he said, in Luke's account, one day, Jesus got into a boat with his disciples, and he said to them, "Let us go across the other side of the lake." So they set out, and as they sailed, he fell asleep. And a windstorm came down on the lake, and they were filling with water, and were in danger. And they went and woke him, saying, "Master, Master, we are perishing." And he awoke and rebuked the wind and the raging waves, and they ceased. And there was a calm. He said to them, "Where is your faith?" And they were afraid, and they marveled, saying to one another, "Who then is this, that he commands even the winds and water, and they obey him?" For quite some time, kasama ng mga ng mga disciples ni Jesus Christ, sila simula pa nung pinili niya sila. Okay? They have heard his teachings, and they have also witnessed some of his miracles. Subalit sa puntong ito, malabo pa sa kanila kung sino nga ba talaga si Jesus. Okay? So dito sa story ng Luke, actually merong development ng pagkakilala ng mga disciples ni Jesus Christ patungkol sa kanya. Pero at this moment, okay, sa Luke chapter 8, hindi pa nila masyadong kilala kung sino si Jesus Christ. Yes, they have heard some of his teachings. Yes, they have seen some of his miracles. Yes, they have witnessed kung paano siya nag-minister sa mga Israelites and other races. Subalit sa puntong ito, malabo pa sa kanila kung sino nga ba talaga si Jesus. After teaching and ministering to people from town to town, si Jesus ay nag-decide na pumunta sa kabilang side ng Lake ng Galilee. So habang sila ay naglalakbay, si Jesus ay nakatulog. Okay? So sabi ni Jesus Christ, "Sige, tara. Tawid tayo sa kabilang pampang." So si Jesus Christ kasama yung kanyang mga disciples tumawid. And nung nasa kalagitnaan sila ng dagat, si Jesus Christ ay nakatulog. Now, ang Lake ng Galilee ay very unpredictable yung kanyang weather condition. Paglalaot ka, very calm ang dagat, walang kahangin-hangin. Subalit after some time, halimbawa ikaw ay nasa kalagitnaan na ng dagat, biglang lalakas ang hangin at alon. So very unpredictable ang weather sa Lake ng Galilee. And this was the experience of the disciples of Jesus Christ. Nung nasa kalagitnaan na sila ng dagat, biglang lumakas ang hangin at ang alon to the point na ang tubig ay pumapasok na sa kanilang bangka. At yung hangin, grabe yung paghampas sa kanilang bangka. And all of them were overcome by fear at sila ay nagsimula ng magpanic. Kung ikaw din naman siguro ang nasa kalagayan nila, siguro mapapapray ka. Right? Na-experience nyo na ba yun? Yung magsisail kayo, sasakay kayo ng bangka, tapos biglang maalon, tapos biglang tataas yung bangka, tapos biglang, whoops! Tapos, whoops! Tapos biglang, whoops! Hindi ka masaya. Kundi mapapahawak ka talaga. Okay? If you have experienced that. Mapapapray ka ng lahat ng klase ng prayer. Siguro mapapa-Hail Mary ka din. Because of panic. Because merong danger, and probably they're going to die because of the storm. Subalit, sa kabila ng malakas na hangin at malakas na alon, si Jesus mahimbing ang kanyang tulog. How could you imagine? Nagpapanik na yung mga tao. Tapos ikaw chill-chill lang, siguro pasipol-sipol lang. Si Jesus Christ, no. Nagpapanik na yung mga tao, mamamatay na sila, lulubog na yung bangka. Pero si Jesus Christ, ang sarap pa rin ng tulog. Ang himbing pa rin ng tulog. So they woke him up by saying, "Master, Master, we are perishing." Teacher, mamamatay na kami. Or mamamatay na tayo. Now, it was not a plea for rescue. I believe it was a direct statement na mamamatay na sila. So hindi sila humihingi ng, I believe, hindi sila humihingi ng tulong sa Diyos. Or hindi sila humihiling ng tulong kay Jesus, kaya sila ay ginising. Kundi, dinideclare lang nila kung ano yung sitwasyon sa anong time na yon na sila ay lulubog at mamamatay na. Kaya sabi niya, Master, Master, we are perished. Gising siya, bumangon, at sabi niya, wind, stop! Waves, stop! And immediately, yung wind at saka yung wave biglang nag-stop. And he faced his disciples. At ang sabi niya, saan ang inyong pananampalataya? Where is your faith? Nakita na ninyo ako na nag-heal ng sick? Napakinggan na ninyo ang aking mga teachings? You might have known that I have come from God because of the miracles that I did. But why are you still afraid? Where is your faith? That was his question to his disciple. Amidst all of that, yung panic, yung fear, yung overwhelmed ng anxiety of dying, he asked this question, where is your faith? At marahil, bumalik siya siguro sa kanyang pagkatulog. And his disciples marveled, na amazed. At ang sabi ng mga disciples, wow! Sino itong person na to? Na kahit ang hangin at ang alon ay sinusunod siya. At yun ang naging conclusion nitong passage. That even they themselves, the disciples themselves, were amazed because how can that person command the waves and the sea to stop? Now, what does this story teach us? Now, first, this story reveals Jesus' divine identity. Siguro nag-check ng weather, baka biglang umulan ng malakas and humangin. So this story, nagbabasa ng passage. So what does this story teach us? So this story teach us, the story reveals Jesus' divine identity. Okay? Dito sa passage na ito, ni-reveal ni Luke na si Jesus ay more than just a prophet. Now, prophets can heal the sick as well. Prophets can deliver God's message to people as well. Prophets can cast out demons as well. And some of Jesus' disciples, together with other followers, might have thought na si Jesus ay isa lamang sa mga prophets. So yun ang kanilang thinking. Kasi hindi pa nila talaga alam kung sino talaga si Jesus. Kaya ang thinking nila, gumagawa siya ng miracle. Nagsisend siya ng message about galing sa Diyos. Pangatlo, nagka-cast out din siya ng demons, ng evil spirit. So most probably, he is one of the prophets. Pero dito sa story na ito, inelevate ni Jesus Christ yung kanyang identity. That he is more than just a prophet, he is more than just the teacher of God, but he is God himself. Because even the winds and the sea obey him. So it was a direct statement of the divinity of Jesus Christ. That Jesus Christ is indeed God. Maraming mga sects, maraming mga denominations, maraming even other religions claiming that Jesus is not God. Jesus is just a prophet, a moral teacher. Pero dito sa story na to, clearly, dineclare ni Luke na no, he is more than just a prophet. He is more than just a moral teacher. He is God. Ang mga Jews, they believe that the only being that can control the weather, that can move the mountains, that can cause the raging waves of sea to be calm is God. So nung dinisplay ni Jesus Christ yung ganong kapangyarihan na even kaya nang kontrolin ang nature, pinakita niya sa kanyang mga disciples and even sa kanyang mga leaders that Jesus Christ is God. So this is one of the things or the teachings that we believe about Jesus Christ. Any belief that says other so, then it's not true. Because we believe that Jesus Christ is God. Another thing, if the story reveals Jesus' divine identity, the story exposes the disciples' vulnerability and lack of control over the affairs of their lives. The story exposes the disciples' vulnerability and lack of control over the affairs of their life. Now, fear exposes that as humans, we are weak. At hindi natin kayang kontrolin lahat ng mga bagay-bagay na nangyayari sa ating buhay. If you are secured financially, then you will never be afraid of running out of money. Right? Kung ikaw, alam mo na healthy, then you will not be, hindi ka magkakaroon ng fear over your health. Tama? Kung ikaw, secured ka sa relationship na mayroon ka, then hindi ka magkakaroon ng fear over your relationships. Pero ang problema, as human beings, we are weak and we are vulnerable. Yes, you have your money right now, but then sooner or later, it will be gone. And that gives you anxiety. That gives you fear. Ngayon, okay kayo ng boyfriend mo, ng girlfriend mo. Ang tawagan niyo pa nga, daddy, mommy. Tapos pinapangalanan niyo na yung pangalan, yung magiging baby ninyo. Pero after a few months, may iba na siyang tinatawag na mommy. May iba na siyang tinatawag na daddy. And that gives us fear. So fear exposes that as humans, we are weak and we are vulnerable and we can never control things. Why parents are afraid of their children? Why parents are afraid for their children? Dahil alam natin na kahit anong pangaral ng mga magulang, especially sa mga young people, mga young teens, at the end of the day, parents can never control the will and the decisions of their children. Am I right? Mga nanay, mga tatay? Kaya ba natin silang hawakan sa liig? Sabi nga nung isang what's this? Isang line, yes, pinaupo mo ako, pero sa damdamin ko, nakatayo ako. Ganun yung feelings ng mga children sometimes. Yes, kahit anong ganda ng pangaral mo, kahit gaano kaayos ang discipline, but at the end of the day, it's their decision and it's their will. And sometimes we are afraid of that. Or parents are afraid of that. We can never control such things. Alam ninyo, mga parents, na hindi nyo kayang protektahan ang inyong mga anak 24 hours. Di naman pwede na pag nasa school sila, nandun ka rin sa school. Pag pauwi na sila sa bahay, sasabayan mo sila sa bahay, pauwi sa bahay. You can never do that. Di mo sila kayang protektahan 24 hours. That is why you have this kind of fear. Lalo pag nagpaalam yung anak mo na, Ma, may project kami, may activity kami. Pwede bang mag-overnight ako doon sa kaklase ko? Then bigla ka nang kakabahan. Ano kayang gagawin nila? Baka mag-iinuman yung mga yun. Baka magsisigarilyo yung mga yun. You have that kind of fear. It's because, as human beings, we are weak and we can never control such things. That is why, mahina tayo. Alam natin sa ating sarili. Ini-expose ng fear na tayo ay mahina at hindi natin kayang hawakan at hindi natin kayang kontrolin ang buhay natin at buhay ng mga tao sa kanilang paligid. Now, could you imagine when they were sailing, nung sinabi ni Jesus Christ, tara, tawid tayo sa kabilang pampang. Many of His disciples are experts when it comes to fishing. Marami sa kanilang sa disciples ni Jesus Christ ay expert pagdating sa tinatawag na sailing. Kasi all their life, sila ay mangingisda. Si Peter, si James, si John, yung kapatid ni John, Yung pinsan ni John, ay wala naman. But that's the point. Pero kahit gaano ka-expert itong mga to sa buhay, maraming mga bagay-bagay na hindi nila kayang kontrolin. Like the weather. And because of that, na-expose yung kanilang weakness at kanilang vulnerability in life. It's the same when it comes to us. Fear exposes how vulnerable we are and how fragile we are in life. The third one, the story reveals that fear is a lack of understanding of who God is. Fear is a lack of understanding of who God is. The disciples were in panic nung ang malakas na alon at malakas na hangin ay humahampas na sa kanilang bangka. They thought that they were left to themselves. Sa Gospel ng Mark, napaka-interesting yung story, yung account ni Mark. Ang sabi ng mga disciples ni Jesus Christ, Jesus! Wala ka bang pakialam sa amin kung kami ay malulunod na? Do you even care for us? Yun ang remark ng mga disciples sa account ni Mark. Kaya itong kay Luke, medyo toned down pa. Jesus, mamamatay na kami. Kay Mark, wala kang pakialam, Jesus. Now, they know Jesus Christ. But they do not know Jesus Christ. They know some things about Jesus Christ. But they do not know that Jesus Christ is God. And Jesus Christ can control everything. Jesus Christ can control the things that we cannot control in our lives. Could you imagine if the disciples already knew na si Jesus ay Diyos na kayang kontrolin ang hangin at ang alon, ano magiging response nila sa bagyo? If the disciples knew that Jesus is God at dumating yung bagyo, ano magiging response nila? Magpapanik pa kaya sila? Mau-overwhelm pa kaya sila ng fear? I believe not. Magkakaroon pa nga sila ng confidence to face the storm. Why? It's because they know that God is with them. Kaya sabi nila, no, we won't be afraid. God is with us. We must not be afraid. Yun ang magiging remark nila. Yet, their lack of knowledge of God led them to fear. Their lack of knowledge of Jesus Christ led them to be fearful for their life. Kung tayo ay napapangunahan ng takot, now it's natural to be afraid. But when we are overwhelmed by fear, probably one thing is lacking. There is something that is lacking. Our knowledge of who God is. Wala tayong malalim na pagkakilala kung sino ang Diyos sa buhay natin. Wala tayong malalim na pagkakilala kung sino si Kristo at ano ang kanyang ginawa para lamang sa atin. We are enslaved by fear because we do not know of God's promises in our lives. Now, maliban sa lack ng knowledge, ang fear din ay nagdi-disable ng mga knowledge na mayroon na tayo sa Diyos. We know that God is powerful, right? Alam mo, makapangyarihan ng Diyos. You know that God is sovereign. God is in control. You know that, right? And thanks. And sa pag-response. Huwag siya lang po yata nakakaalam si Sam lang. You know that God is good. That God is merciful. That God is kind. That God is generous. We know such things. But then how come when negative things arrive in our lives, when trials and challenges arrive in our lives, how come andoon yung fear? Because once a person is overwhelmed by fear, all his knowledge, or many of his knowledge about God is being clouded. Ang sabi nila, ang edge na meron ang brain ng mga animals sa atin is yung frontal. Hindi ko rin po alam yun. Basta mayroong something sa harap. that makes us a rational being. So dito po sa frontal lobe, frontal lobe natin. Basta yun na po yun. Tapos ito yung in charge sa pag-iisip natin ng maayos, pag-iisip natin ng tama, yung pagiging rational natin, and even yung consciousness na mayroon tayo as human beings. Now, when threat and danger, when human beings experience threat and danger, itong front na to, it's being clouded, okay, at bumabalik doon sa another part ng brain sa likod. I forgot what's the name is. And then pumupunta siya sa mode na kung saan pumupunta siya doon sa mode na kung saan napapangunahan ng emotion. So instead of being rational when we are threatened, when we are in danger, napapangunahan ng emotion. Kaya it's either we run away, it's either we fight, meaningless fights because of that. Instead of thinking about God, instead of thinking about God's promises, we are being clouded or we are being distracted by fear. Alam mo, kakayahan ng Diyos, subalit dahil sa takot, you do not want to take the risk or you just want to stay in your comfort zone. If you know that if you know the Lord and what He can do for your life, you will dwell in confidence and peace because your God is powerful, your God is trustworthy, and your God is kind. If you really say to yourself, when you have this fear, my God is powerful, my God is kind, and I'm going to be confident. I'm not going to be afraid. No matter what happens to me and my family. No matter what happens to my future, I will never be afraid because I know my God. And this is the thing na lacking sa mga disciples ni Jesus Christ. Let me end with this story. When I was 5 years old or 6 years old, nakatira lang po kami sa probinsya. Of course, alam niyo naman na. Tapos yung bahay po namin, as in kubo lang. Tapos, yung pintuan po niya is, yung lock ay kahoy lang, tapos pinakuan lang, kaya yun lang yung nilalak. Okay, yun lang yung pang-lock namin. Okay, so, in other words, kapag mayroong masasamang loob na papasok, sisipahin lang niya yung pintuan na yun, and then makakapasok na siya at magagawa niya na lahat ng gusto niya gawin. Okay? Now, may mga moment, kasi tatay ko mangingisda, may mga time na kung saan umuwi siya ng gabi. 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Now, kapag sa mga time na yon na hindi pa siya umuwi, andoon yung sense of uneasiness. Andoon yung sense of anxiety. And sometimes, it's hard for me to sleep at night. It's because wala yung tatay ko. Ang thinking ko is, hala, kapag mayroong pumasok na masamang loob dito sa bahay namin, who will protect us? Sino magdi-defend sa amin? Wala. Because wala yung tatay ko. Pero pag dumating na yung father ko, grabe yung sigh of relief. Parang, ay, salamat. Diyan na yung tatay ko. And I can sleep in confidence and in peace of mind at night. It's because my father is now here. Because my father, when a bad person comes, someone will protect me. Someone will defend us. Someone will preserve our lives. And that gave me confidence and peace of mind as a child, knowing that my father is around. The same then when it comes to us. If you know that your God is your Father, and you know what He did for you, even He gave His begotten Son for you, you will have this confidence and you will have this peace of mind. And you will not be overcome by fear. You will not be overcome by anxiety. It's because your God is your Father. sa buhay natin, when seas are calm, walang mga raging waves, walang mga strong na mga winds, we are confident in life. And sometimes we think that we do not need God. But then, kapag dumating na yung raging waves, kapag dumating na yung malakas na hangin sa buhay natin, dun lang natin na-realize. Out of our fear, we cling to God. And God delivers us. And that's the good thing about God. Shall we all pray?